hoping many of you are getting to travel during this summertime, particularly taking pilgrimages with our wonderful partners at Corporate Travel. It is time for Oh, What a Beautiful World. Our guest today, Dennis Girard. Dennis, alongside his wife Angelina, are directors of the Marian Devotional Movement, co-producers of The Bridge of Roses, the story of Our Lady of the Cape, authors of Marian Consecration for Little Souls, and producers of God's Favored Lady. Dennis is the founder of the Pan-American Confraternity Forum and Road to Jubilee 33 initiative. He's a busy guy. I mean, let's just say that. Dennis, thanks so much for being with us live from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Good morning, Dennis.
Morning.
Good morning. Great to be with all of you. I love your energy.
Well, our energy, are you kidding me? I'm looking at all these things that you're involved in, so we could go in 1,000 different directions. But how about share with us what's on your heart today, Dennis?
Yeah, I think we'll start with really our philosophy is quite interesting because it started with just adopting what Saint Bernadette was told to do in Lourdes, and what Mother Mary said, just go over there and dig in the mud. Yeah. So that's our philosophy, because everybody can dig in the mud, right? You just go and see where the springs take place. So believe it or not, that's what we did. So how it started was in 2011, 2012, we both made our consecration to Jesus through Mary, true devotion to Mary, Saint Louis de Montfort. Mm-hmm. That's the proper French Annunciation for it. And we were told, oh, watch out. Things could really change after you make your consecration. I said, really? Okay. So then 2013, suddenly my wife comes home and says, oh, yes, I met a friend at church and she says, Mary wants to come and visit you. And before I know it, we have an 18-inch statue of Our Lady in our house. Huh. And she said, well, what do you do? And you just ask her intercession for things, because we're pretty newbies in this whole, consecration thing at this point. So we started doing that. And lo and behold, we started receiving favors through her intercession. So we end up finding out she's actually an image of Our Lady of the Cape, 3.5 hours from here, Canada's National Marian Shrine. So we started making these Thanksgiving pilgrimages up there. And by 2016, so 5 years into the story, we were continuing to bring our projects. And the last project we brought up there was a book that we wrote for children called Marian Consecration for Little Souls. And I was kind of a bit perplexed by, St. Louis de Montfort, St. Maximilian Kolbe, why a Catholic couple in Canada writing a consecration book for children? It just didn't seem to fit. But remember, we're digging in the mud.
Yeah, right.
So here we are digging in the mud. And on October 17th, there I am sitting here in this office, and I discover a video with less than 1,000 views on it. It was a Marian Congress that took place 5 blocks from our house.
Oh.
In 1947.
Ooh.
Wow.
The world came. That's 2 years after World War II. So everybody's coming here to pray for peace. And lo and behold, it's Our Lady of the Cape that was processed here in 1947. So I just started weeping and I go, oh my goodness, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And this is 2016. So of course, the next year we're all celebrating the 100th anniversary of Our Lady of Fatima. One of the big things was consecration of a country. Consecration of Russia has very big impacts on countries and the world. Well, in this French video at the end, I hear that our country was consecrated to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. So again, digging in the mud, we go to our Archbishop thinking maybe he wants to know about this. So we told him and we asked his permission, can we start spreading this news? Well, he said, sure. He blessed us. He sent us to the Cape so we could talk to the rector up there and bring him into the story. We get called into the diocese, the archdiocese, in January, and lo and behold, he told his other bishops and on the executive committee, and suddenly our whole country's being reconsecrated later that year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so now we're going from this little digging in the mud to launching the Marian Devotional Movement.
Wow.
And we go up and we officially launch it at Canada's National Marian Shrine. I still remember the rector, Father Tremblay at the time, says, what are you going to do next? We don't know. We're digging in the mud. So what do we discover? We discover that in 1867, there was a priest there who went into the chapel and discovered a pig chewing on a rosary. if you can
my
imagine.
goodness.
Oh.
Yeah. And he makes one vow, and that one vow transforms his dead and dying parish into becoming Canada's National Marian Shrine, 2 canonical crownings, 1 million people going there in 1954, and miracles. She, in fact, comes alive in the statue as Mother Mary in 1888. So we went, oh my goodness, this is amazing. What was the vow? Well, the vow was very simple. He just renewed the Confraternity of the Most Holy Rosary that had been established there in 1694. He made it his life's mission. And to give you a sense of the Confraternity, you know, when you're praying the Rosary on your own, you're like a dripping tap. As soon as you enroll in the Confraternity, you're like Niagara Falls because it's an ecclesial association. It just unleashes grace. So we thought, digging in the mud again, let's go to Father Tremblay and see if he'd like to be the Father Luke of today. Give us permission. We'll develop an online model and maybe some people want to enroll. Well, oh my goodness, he gets the authorization for us. And before we knew it, we had thousands of people enrolling from all over the world. He becomes a bishop, elevated to a bishop in 2 months. So he's now Bishop Tremblay. And the story starts to really take off from there. So much so that when we realized that this was something that Our Lady was really commanding and desiring to take shape in Marian shrines, we decided to approach the Dominicans, because you see, it's the Dominicans who have the ecclesial authority to establish the Confraternity. So get this, the same day that we emailed the promoter general of the Rosary for the entire world, a Rosary priest from Croatia had emailed him that morning telling him to get in touch with this couple in Canada.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, Our Lady, she has her children, and she can kind of put them where she wants, right?
Yeah. So digging in the mud, we asked, hey, what if we repeat this process in other Marian shrines? So he goes to the Master General. We end up getting authorization for that. We start establishing at the Blue Army Shrine, Our Lady of Champion, your only approved apparition site.
Ooh, yeah.
That one, they've got, I don't know, 20,000 members or something now. It's blown up all over the place. And it's no wonder to us when we hear about why are all these conversions taking place around the world and everybody's trying to figure it out. Well, for several years now, the Confraternity has been going like gangbusters, and it's unleashing grace on planet Earth.
Dennis, we're going to run out of time. We're going to have you back. But how do people find out more? How did they enroll themselves in the Confraternity of the Most Holy Rosary?
So what I would suggest is go to keyseek.org.
Okay.
Download the app. You can watch the movie for free that connects Pope Leo to the heritage of Our Lady of the Cape, because he's part of the ancestry of there. And you'll learn all about it, plus the whole road to Jubilee 33.
Keyseek.org. And Dennis, we'll have you back if you're willing to come. And maybe we'll get you in the game next time.
Oh, I'd love to be in the game.
Dennis Girard, ladies and gentlemen.